This is DNN. Definitely not news. 136, I think? How's everybody doing? Small health update for me. I'm finally able to walk around without, falling over. At least not too many times in a day. So I hope that if I can make you laugh at all, I can get you to subscribe to this stuff for a bit. Maybe you can share in the laughter. I'd also like to say thank you to my friends Jaspreeting and Polarix for making the music that I use, because there's no way I can make it myself. I don't know what I'm doing. Honest and true. So let's get on with some headlines that are both ridiculous, and most of them are really true, which is kind of the sad part. Xbox Series 10 console will cost you $599, according to Pringles. Is that a special edition that's supposed to look like a big Pringles can? Or did they somehow get insider information while delivering snacks? I don't know. Silent disco banned for being too noisy. Well, there's a huge case of very, very picky neighbors. How can silent be too noisy? I don't get it. Austrian breaks record for standing in box of ice. Well, without being dead, I think. I would say that he's having a very bad day, but if he's comfortable, whatever. USC professor placed on leave for using Chinese term that sounds just a little bit like a word that African American students don't like. I wonder, do they realize that English is not the only language in the world? No? Okay. World's loneliest elephant is okay to quit the zoo for a new life. Hopefully that means he's going to get some company. Otherwise, he will keep that title and he will be like a much bigger, grayer version of me. A town has residents that want a new policy that allows police to accept sexual gratuities. I'd say that's a bad precedent, considering the police already screw up and screw over a lot of things already. I mean, you know how they keep saying it's a police service and a government service? Well, I've always wondered what that meant. Then I found an ad that said, "For rent, 1 bull to service your herd." Now I get it. A doctor went on his employer. Oh, sorry, made a mistake there. A doctor went to his employer for a COVID-19 antibody test. It cost him $10,000 and a lot more. I don't understand why Americans really want to charge everybody for everything. I mean, goods, yeah. Medicine, no. A good way to keep customers is that they're still alive, don't you think? Man in Walmart gives customers hugs and tells them they now have COVID-19. That's not how it spreads. This guy's not very nice and not very smart. India ruling party MP's brother ends his life after testing positive for COVID-19. They're working on a cure. This guy could just, get some treatment and wait. Especially if he's a family of the government. I don't get it. An Austin doctor got a COVID-19 test from his own company and, well, I just read that one. It's a repost, sorry. Judge temporarily bans Detroit police from chokeholds and rubber bullets against protesters. Of course, the police, being the people that they are, that I will try not to be too rude about, are going to cry about this until they get their way again. But personally, I think if they really want to fight, they should arm the protesters and not have armor on. You know, make it a fair contest. Besides, the protesters aren't the violent ones. A new California bill would lower the penalties for adults who have sexual relations with a minor. It goes from being put into a vivisection to see what's wrong with them to simply being executed. If that's what it'll be if I get my way on that matter. 2 Boogaloo boys tried to supply weapons to Hamas and join as mercenaries. First of all, their name sounds like it's something that comes out of the nose. Second of all, that's the dumbest thing I've heard anyone do this week, and I pay attention to politicians. Video shows a very, very pale driver spit on Minneapolis cops and not get arrested. Which, if you're any shade of brown, apparently counts as assault and will get you beaten to within an inch of your life. So, that's not good. In the UK, a man rates public benches across the country and finds that the ones with anti-homelessness architecture are extremely uncomfortable. Probably because of the spikes and the lumps on its rear end. Ukraine airline bans woman who used plane's emergency exit to get on the wing because it was too hot inside. Well, they're just lucky this lady did that when the plane was still on the ground. If she'd done that up there, that could have been, what's the word? Catastrophic? A drunk man steals the L from a sign of the Liverpool Philharmonic. Okay, which L? Is it the Liverpool Philharmonic or is it the Liverpool Phi Harmonic? Where's the joke? Man who ran Airbnbs and rented houses takes owners to court claiming multi-million-dollar loss. That's almost like me saying, I want to eat food, so I'm going to get someone to cook it. And then the metaphor just breaks down because I didn't think it through. Sorry. I gotta think things through a little more. Iowa hog farmer sentenced to life in corn for murdering someone. What does that mean? Air Force wants new ideas to help make it easier for female fighter pilots to pee in flight. Why don't you ask them? I mean, why would they ask men, which are usually the inventors they're asking about for, these questions to? Why would they ask men? Go ask women. They might have ideas that might actually work. It's almost as bad as the story of the astronaut who got electrocuted because he peed in his spacesuit and there was some faulty wiring. Kentucky driver pulled over after an officer spots a hand-drawn license plate. Wow. The stones on the guy who tried to pull that one off are almost like the guy who tried to give me counterfeit money that was printed on loose leaf paper, including the lines, when I was working at a gas station. I don't know why they'd think that would work. Especially with Canadian money. Because, you know, I have that cellophane shiny part in a certain spot? It's not shiny at all, and there's lines through it. Ow. Shouldn't do that too hard. Anyway, those are all the headlines I could find for today that are fit to mock. If any of that made you laugh, or at least giggle, please consider subscribing, because I'd like to make more people laugh, so the more people that subscribe, the happier I get. Plus, the numbers, if I get to 1,000, I'll start giving away a lot of my board games, or sending people stuff from board game shops, or books from, like, say, Drive-Thru RPG. Any suggestions you'd want to use towards me for what I should do, or what I should be doing, are welcome. Stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.